Let's do it. Let's have a build today. Let's have a build today. Is everybody beginning to really remember? Like really remember? Are you beginning to really remember? Because many of us are beginning to really, really remember what it is we are. You're remembering? Do you remember flu ukumbagst? Do you remember who you are? Rumbarik. Flu aram boferik. Ili inderkiring genderik sumbarak. Milerum gumbendik looks to kumbarin. A flow of la amborik the king terext. More flow urien kumbarik. Are you remembering your ancient martial arts? Many of us are. Remember Rukliksum. Remember Rikliksum Rikirik. Molarik Sumbari Kiri Kundarang. Ulu Umbari Kumterik Surang. Law around Bofarik the King Harik Sarang. Lok Stumbarik. Fi Indarik Kunterik Sarang. Mo Umbarik the King Tarex Kumbarang. Ele Edno Kumbarik Sirium. Vlo Aram Bofarik Timkerix. Moram Bofarik. Mi Illering Zukumberix. Bloom Umbarik. Mi vlo Kintarang Surits. Mi Irim vlo Kumterex Suru. Kundaram. Kankang. If lit in the Kinterex Karang. Mi vlo Ando Kumbarik. Driving my cat's going crazy right now. He rubbing the he making a scene right now because I'm bringing him over, you know, speaking his language. Hrum sikilex. Sumbarik. Hrumbori karang. Start speaking to the cats in their real language and they'll begin to answer you. Their real language sarang. Okumbakst. Melaru kumbarik the kirik sarang. Many of you are attracted to cats, aren't you? Leram bofarik the kirex. Oh, he wanted to be in the video, he told me just now. That's why he's so calm. He's not usually this calm. He wants to be seen. Who is this cat? Huh? Mofarix, who are your cats? Huh? Lo orik. Suaram blovli inderkirik. Papateram blo okumbarix. Leveram. Morflo ukum. Omi irik. Bofle inderik. Bovla ando kumbarik. Baset. Morflo urik. Remember rumbarik. Remember who you are. Marik sirik. The things that we could do. Let's talk about one ability that we used to have that we're going to have again. By the remembrance that you had it in the first place brings it online slowly but surely. Just by remembering that you could do it, all you need is one memory. And to know that one memory is real. Not to believe. To know that memory is real. And by knowing that memory is real, that is what brings the gift online. Do you want to activate or not? Because as we're activating, we're getting instructions on what you should do to activate. Just so you know. I would like everybody to activate that can activate. Have these abilities coming back. Teleportation. Teleportation. Has anybody remembered the fact that we could teleport? Has anybody ever remembered the fact that we can teleport? Movle in the Kinterex Sukarang. Lo ukumbarik din Kirex Karang Su. Teleportation. The fact that you can split bodies and be the same body and go to different locations if you need to. Right? We could do this. We could split bodies. Many of us could fly so fast through the sky. Flight. You didn't just fly in your dreams. That's coming here. That's coming here. And a lot of people don't like talking about superpowers because they're not getting superpowers. Okay? That's all. It's easier to talk about when you're getting the powers. Right? So if people are talking about how to get superpowers, but they don't have superpowers, stop listening to them about superpowers because they don't have them. So what the fuck are they talking about? Just a question. Just a question. You see? There was an ability I remember where I could conjure fire from my hands. Like, you know how they light a match, but bigger and more vibrant? You could put your hand right here, and right here, there would be a flame, and it's shaped like a diamond that moves, right, in your hand. This is what we could do. I remember I could just open my hand and fire come out. Like, what's that memory about? Like, flames come out of my hands and it's just cold, but I could just wipe it off like this, right? Or the fact that your bodies can withstand tremendous amounts of heat. Like, tremendous amounts of heat, many of you. Does this resonate with anybody? Does anybody remember that you could do these things? This is a real question. As many of us begin to remember, we begin to be acting like our old selves, knowing, confident, proud of itself, knowing what it is, never doubting itself ever, never, ever, ever, and to become that being. Merge with the higher aspects of you by becoming like the higher aspects of you. Firebending is a real thing. Firebending is a real thing. You can touch fire and it doesn't burn you because fire is conscious. Fire is conscious. Just misunderstood. They block in the sky a lot these days, but it really doesn't matter. To be honest with you, the sun is really going to get through regardless. They can put that sheet over the sky if you want. I'm telling y'all, it's coming through anyway. It's coming through anyway. So please don't trip about the sun not being out when you need it. It's hitting us anyway. So don't trip. Focus on what you can focus on. Focus on you, the sun inside of you if you cannot see the sun outside of you. So by the time that one comes back out, this one's going to be shining bright anyway. You do have another sun. It's right up in here. Solar. And it gets heated. Hold on. Let me cut them on real quick. Because the body was teaching me how to cut the solar plexus on and off when you want to utilize the power and the will of it. Channel that once through the heart. Channel that will through the heart. This is what they're teaching me. Channel the will and you can control it by being conscious of it. The soul is fire inside of you and you can turn it on and off like a light switch if you want to really utilize it. It's really a thing. What abilities have you been getting? Comment below. What abilities have you been getting? Comment below. What abilities? Has anybody been getting abilities? Have you been remembering certain things? This is really the most important thing for those who are activating right now that you can be doing. I'm telling you right now, if you are somebody who is blessed enough to have abilities begin to come through them right now, you know, I would like everybody to, but those who are blessed right now to have abilities coming through you right now, consider yourselves blessed and highly favored. Consider yourselves blessed and highly favored. that you have true abilities beginning to come through, because it's the beginning of something much greater than what you're seeing right now. As long as you stick with it and continue to practice it, whatever is coming through, begin to ask yourself questions. Oh, how do I work on this? And when you begin to ask yourself these questions, oh, how do I work on this? Those answers will begin to come through. All you have to do is trust in that. Even if you've never heard it before, still move in that. That is your higher aspects that are trying to teach you how you're supposed to really think. Not the way you were taught how to think, the way you were supposed to really think. Morfle uncontext, kumbarang. Sumkak sikirik, from sikarang, sumkarex. Dragon talk. That's an ability. Do you know how big dragons actually are? If you can speak to them, you are on the higher of levels. That is an ancient primordial figure. And many of you are actually those ancient primordial figures. You have many forms. Your frequency can manipulate and alter anything once it gets high enough, even the physical form. Stick with me here. Stick with me here, right? See it? Stick with me. Pulsate the pineal glands and the solar plexus so you can be able to understand me right now. You have to be able to be at the frequency to take this so you can listen and do these things. Once you do these things, things will begin to happen to you. I don't care what it is. Be grateful that you have it. Work on it. I don't care if it's one. I don't care if it's one. Work on that one ability. Well, I'm just empathic. They ain't over there. They not over there. You went to the Walmart. They wasn't over there. They wasn't over there. You think empathic ability is something that is not important? Empathic ability is the beginning to other abilities. That's like the first ability that many of us get to be able to move to our other abilities. Empathic ability could turn to telekinesis. Telekinesis could turn to martial arts. Martial arts could turn to firebending. Firebending could turn to airbending. Airbending could go to earthbending. And then you might just achieve some flight here. By knowing it is real means it's real, we're moving to that stage of the game where the mind is all. And whatever it thinks about, it can bring to fruition. But let's talk about how we used to alter the size of our bodies real quick. Because we used to do that. Our frequency was so high, we could do that. We could alter our bodies and become giants. Dragons even. And many of us are actually dragons. It is very difficult for the average person to believe that a person can really change their body structure to that degree, but you watch it on cartoons and movies all the time. Where do you think they got it from? Where do you think they got it from? Titan, so okumbar, elerik su, atun kamet de ku vairam, abo umberik, from sekaram, Frinsari kumbarang, ulu farik, lo flo indukirik, tom taram bo urik. The more you find out who you are, the more you move differently. Now you're looking, now you're discovering, now you got a higher viewpoint like you used to have in the first place. So you question things that other people don't question. You always have. That was like a little bit of you because you were always in there just waiting to come out. Boy. Yeah. What other abilities that I had not mentioned? Reading minds. Many of us can read minds. Yep. Many of us read minds all the time. You just don't think you're reading minds. You are reading minds, family, by accident or on purpose. Some people have that ability. But empathic ability is the beginning of all the other abilities. So don't sleep on it. Don't sleep on it. Blue ukumbex to kumbarang. Ulu ukumbox to kirik. Moflu garang zufarik sukumbarax. Ulu ufarirek sumkarang. Love le fiirek sumbarang. Lok stu varam gubari kinkirix lu But it's coming, and people are getting their ability. So if you're not, you might want to think about some things. You might want to think about what it is you're putting into your body right now. Think about what you're putting into your body. At a certain frequency, it almost may not, I'm getting that doesn't matter, but I'm not going to really test it out to that degree. I believe them. But some of you at the other levels need to be checking what you're putting in your body. I have supplements that activate people. I have supplements. I'm going to say it again. I have supplements that activate people because I'm an activated person that created the supplements. That's the thing, too, about activation. Activated people do activating things. I noticed that one, too. So if you want to check my stuff out, today is the last day of the 40% off sale at earthlyelevation.com. earthlyelevation.com. Check it out. Everything is 40% off until midnight Pacific time. So earthlyelevation.com. But if you are not activating right now, you need to focus on a lot of things, such as the trauma that you are dealing with and how you're dealing with it. A lot of people are not activating because of the trauma they're not willing to address. And you must be able to address the trauma that has created you at this particular point in time. Get into that. Realize it was all your fault. You wanted to go through all that so you can get past it. Just so you know, it was used for strength. It was whatever your life circumstances were, they were for your rise. That's why your life may have seemed so difficult. It was for your rise. It had to be difficult in order for you to rise. Many of us are hard-headed. We got to get punched around a little bit. I mean, we're gods, asleep. So we need to get hit because we like to nap. We live for thousands of years, so we nap for a little bit. And sometimes our worlds get in disarray when we nap. That's real shit. Okay? Our worlds get in disarray when we nap, gods. And we took a long nap this time. So when we wake up, we'll get it back like we never left. Because we're getting up. Right now we're like doing this. We're wiping the coal out of our eyes right now. That's what we've been doing for the past few years, just wiping the coal out of our eyes. That's how long it takes for a god to wake up. We got to wipe the coal out of our eyes while they throwing punches and whatever. Yeah, whatever. Oh, really? And then that's how it goes. That's how it goes. Like, you wiping the coal out your eyes, then you get to that particular part of the cosmos, and and then you get to the part of the cosmos, and you're like, wait a second. Hey, you was asleep. How many thousands of years was it this time? 20,000 years this time we slept? That was your fault. You didn't wake me up. You see what I'm saying? That's how we go. Like, we wake each other up. And that's what we're doing right now. Waking each other up. Are you following me? Are you following me? I'm explaining how we think. I'm explaining this. We're going to sit here and we're going to be like this, meet up like you. It was your job to say it first to wake us up. And you didn't do it. So now we had to sleep another 15,000 years because you were scared. That's many of y'all right now. You got to be you. You got to be authentic. You got to be what you think you are, what you say you are. Because if you don't, we could be asleep for a lot longer. So everybody got to be able to do their part, be utilized in the mission. This is a nice game. And we're about to get out soon. It's a good game. About to get out. You know? And when you're remembering that you're about to get out and do what you do again for as long as you choose to before you go to sleep again. We live forever. You know? It's a game. So as bad as it may seem to get, it's not that bad. We just playing the game. Real shit. And this is the part of the game where the beings that didn't know who they were, right? Remember who they were. And when they remember who they were, they remember who they were. And by remembering who they were, it changed who they are. And who they are, who they were, become one being. Into I am right now. And we're getting to about I am right now. If you're on that energy, you know what I'm talking about. Mofum bari kinderex. Vlu amber kom surex. Li irangum bari kindoraxu. Blov lo umbarik suram. Blov lo kom darang lakstum. Di iring rang lo ostokumbark sirik. Live lo umbok sirik kumbarang. Telling you. Heraksum barik. Moyaksum baram. Blov la amdo kumbarik. You know, dragons used to have, or still do have, a lair. They showed me, so I'm gonna describe it to you. They showed me their lair, the dragons that are waiting for us, because I'm a dragon king, straight up and down. Lo farang, livarex. Telling y'all, figure out who you are right now. Who you are may be hella dope. But you sitting here worried about the small shit. Instead of trying to remember who the fuck you are. Mo fil aram bofarik. Next. Mekum. Derangum. Vendurang. Loksum birik surim. Liverangum barik. Liarangum ram zukurik. Li aram bokarangu terex. Uirang gurang. Zi aram gumbarik. Super strength. Super strength. Super speed. Super agility. Maram glovarik. Speed. Imagine. 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 Lu garang goex. Imagine. Layam gumbarik. Leram imagine. Garum boom. Le irarajan. Loum gumbarix. Use your mind. Lo irang. Borarum. Question everything. Blive lo umbarik. Haram. Move in rapid action. Law for room. Telling you. Morex. But for some of us, we really are getting it. And those who are getting it, you did the work. Congratulations. Keep doing the work. Never stop. It was difficult, but it was not impossible. Hmm? Hmm. So check this, y'all. Has anybody heard of nah, I'm not even going to bring that one up. I'm not sure if I'm ready for that one yet. I got another one for y'all though. I got a download on mushrooms and the dimension that they come from. Mushrooms do not originally come from this dimension, but neither do we. But sometimes, if things got out of hand on the planets that we used to rule, those would grow to bring us back to our natural state, and we would eventually find them. No matter what we do, no matter how long we are asleep, we will eventually find them. Now, when we're eating a mushroom is more us than even the plants. And they always say mushrooms are the food of the gods. Now, if it's the food of the gods, when you're in a human form, then does it mean it's for food for a human? Because it's not. It's food for the gods. So why would humans eat the food of the gods? Unless the humans were the gods that chose to become human, but got those to remember their gods. And I was told that mushrooms are some of the most important things you can eat right now, because it takes you to the dimension where you existed as more, because you ate those types of things when you existed as more. So those dimensional things from other places will begin to grow here to wake the gods up. And because they're different than the plant life around you, it would get your attention because they're different, right? And it's taking you back to that dimension. So when you eat mushrooms, these things will raise your frequency very quickly, because you have a mycelium network inside of you. So eat mushrooms. Eat mushrooms right now. Eat them. Eat them. Okay? So, psilocybin I'm talking about portobello, I'm talking about reishi, I'm talking about turkey tail, I'm talking about chicken of the woods, I'm talking about, lion's mane, all that. Eat those mushrooms right now, gods, if you want to become the god again. Eat those if you want to remember again. Loxterum, 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 Mo Erik, Mu Amboric. Activate, activate. I don't know about you, but I miss this stuff. And when you begin to get this stuff, you practice this stuff. And by practicing this stuff, you get more stuff, because you respected the stuff that already showed up for you, and you honed it, which was tied to another gift. So, I'm talking about store-bought ones. I'm talking about psilocybin. All of it. They all have different purposes for you. They all have different purposes for you. All of them. Okay? All of them. So eat them all. Don't tap into psilocybin every day. You can't, but you can microdose with them. I think I'm about to begin microdosing with them. See what happens. I haven't microdosed in years. So, yeah. Even the wild ones you have to do more research on. Okay? Like Amanita muscaria. You can eat those wild, but you gotta know what you're doing. So, and look them up. Look them up. Yeah. People have always felt like when they begin to pop up around them, that they were telling them to eat me, eat me, eat me. But because the programming at that time makes us think they're all poison, then we don't eat them. So, kind of gets us. So it's like a leap of faith many of us going to have to take. So, you're an adult. You do what you want to do. I'm just telling you what it is. So, downloads upon downloads upon downloads, believe them or not. They just downloads, the source. Where'd you get this from? Where are your sources? Me, motherfucker. Me. And once you get your shit back, you be like, I'm the source. I already knew this shit. It's like remembering something that you already knew this. You didn't like relearn it. It was already there. It was already there. You know? So. That's why I'm like the books, y'all. The books. I get it. We like to learn and everything. I'm just saying, if you got something real coming through you, you can put them down for a little while. If you got something real coming through you, it's okay. Don't beat yourself up. The real shit's about to come through. You worried about one book when you're about to get 1,000 overnight. Okay, one book or 1,000. That's in your blood. That's in your genes. That's in your DNA. That is there. I know what's out there. I can go to Amazon and go find out what's out there. But somebody else wrote that. So that wasn't my thought. I digested their thought. What are my thoughts looking like? And it's all inside you. It's all inside you. A lot of people are afraid to deal with what's inside them. Because what's inside them is another thing too. The past, the present. People don't want to do that. They don't want to do that. And that's why they don't get it. But I'm telling you, I see some of y'all sending me videos of doing telekinesis now. Oh, I'm about to start. If I wasn't practicing martial arts so much, I would begin to try that soon. I could do pyrokinesis. Never did telekinesis yet, but I know it's coming. I know it's coming. You know, I know it's coming. Oh, it's coming. It's coming. What new ability has come through you lately? What new ability has come through you lately? What new ability? What new ability has come through you lately? New ability. New one. New one. Moving air. Love. What new ability? I haven't drank anything but watermelon juice for the past 3 weeks now. I have not drunk any water in 3 weeks, just watermelon juice. I cannot drink water ever again. I don't know how I did it all that time. Made it rain. Higher gamma rate. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, y'all. But if people are activating and you're not, you should listen to those who are so you can get to that point. Because if you're here, it's probably for you and you just need a little nudge. That's all. If you're not activating right now, it's just because you need a little nudge. Here's a little nudge. Now, you see, it's possible. Now, can you do something about this right here? Some of y'all just needed to see that. Like, People are activating, speaking other languages. This feels real. I'm not having it happen to me. What is this person telling me to do that I haven't done yet? So I can at least see if that's real or not. Because if it is real, then I'll be on my true journey. And if it's not real, I mean, I didn't really lose nothing but time, which I was wasting anyway. So, you know what I'm saying? You know? Yo, so, at the end of the day, oh, yes, I also wanted to talk about something else too. Thank you. Remember I said about the mushrooms? If you ate psilocybin in the density where you were superhuman, it would just be food. It would be like a delicacy food, like a candy, right? Because all these psilocybin does is take us to the space where we once existed when we ate that as food. And by eating that food of psilocybin, it takes us there. Where psilocybin didn't do that to us because we were already that. The reason why we get to have these magical experiences temporarily in psilocybin is because it was the food we ate when we were that. Do you see? But when we get back to there, we won't need to eat it like it won't do the same thing because we'll be that. It just takes us there from time to time. Right back there. Smoke some bufo. Right back there. Right back to where you are for all these millions of years. Cannabis. Feminine. We smoked that. That was just cool. It was, yes. Yes. That's why we do it now. It just corrupt everything and make you hate the things you used to do for fun as a god. You see? Because you're taking him as a human with a human perspective and a human mind. So it gets corrupted. When gods take these things, they are respected, not corrupted. Utilized as tools. You see? Tools. Losing my voice. Oh, Lord, Stumbarik. Got arrested. Mo ikarik. Sumbarik. Sumbarik leram zufaram. Sumbarik. Bor vavlom borik tum kerax. Sumbarik. Rumfaram erex. Sumbarik. Sumbaram blofarik. Sum. Loxt. So, dragons. Who wants to hear about dragons tonight? And what I learned about dragons? Who wants to hear? Who wants to hear about dragons? I mean, people love dragons, don't they? Right? Now, when I tell you this story out, you're going to use a game of visualization. I want you to see this with your mind because you already know what it looks like, many of you, right? Now, who has a lot of memories from Egypt? Who feels like they were in Egypt when Egypt happened? Who feels like they were in Egypt when Egypt happened? Who feels like it? Huh? Tell me. Tell me. Because I'm about to tell you some things that happened in Egypt. Boom. Next. We had dragons. We We had dragons. We had big dragons too. Some of us had horns. We were basically like the Saiyan race of what we look like today. And that's about to happen again. And we had dragons. Big dragons. We could talk to them too. Very intelligent animals. Lizards. We were like the Avatar connection, right? We connected, but not like the hair thing. That's not how we connected. Frequency and vibration. That's how we connected. Being on the same frequency, we could understand each other. We were the same. The same. Dragons live underground right now. And they sit in these caverns in like hot spots on the planet, and where the flames come up, and it's like their little not their gills, but their scales shake when it comes up, like an inferno of like vapor from the heat. They love that. They love that. Use your imagination. What is the difference between serpents and dragons? Dragons are serpents. They are a kind of a serpent, but they're a serpent. I kid you not, they are a serpent with hands and feet, but they are a serpent. So there is no difference. No difference at all. Dragons are sometimes the size of states, because this planet is much bigger than what you think it is. Much, much bigger. Wide and down and up. You only get to experience a little bit of it. Some of us think this planet is not favorable for us. It's only because we don't have our abilities to make it favorable. We bring heaven down on this earth when we really truly are what we are. It's only fallen in frequency because we went to sleep. We were the frequency that kept it up. We are all connected. And if its people are not connected, it still flourishes, but it doesn't flourish in a way it used to, with the vibrancy that it used to. Real-time downloads. Told you it's coming in every day. Nonstop. Just to know. Just to know. But consume the shrooms if you want to find out. But you got to be on your mission anyway. You consume the shrooms all you want, and you're not on your mission, it's not going to give you nothing. It's not going to give you nothing. I try to stay balanced because of so much it's giving me right now. It's difficult to balance oneself these days when it comes. You have to kind of set a schedule for yourself now, because if you allow the downloads to take over and you can't do no 3D work, it is difficult to survive. So you have to be a supreme balancer right now with your time between figuring out what this is happening to you and then paying the bills. You feel it, don't you? It's like a balancing act. Oh, I know where I'm going, but I know where I'm at. And I don't know when I'm going to get to where I'm going, so I got to maintain and keep where I'm at. You know? Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yes, it is, family. It's time to tap into what you are. But listen, I gotta go practice my martial arts. Been sitting long enough. I gotta get back to working on these abilities, y'all. Listen, I love y'all. If y'all want anything, if you are activating, take the supplements right here. If you are not activating, take the supplements right now. And I'm telling you, something's gonna happen to you. It's a 40% off sale today. You do not have to enter in a discount code or nothing. Just go there and 40% off. All right, family. I'll talk to y'all. earthwithelevation.com. I love it. I love y'all. This is fun. Let's go. Peace, family.